Hi YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I had a pretty good day. Wasn't as warm as yesterday, but it was okay. I've been thinking about, well, last week, before my internet went down because the satellite dish had to be moved and we got cut off in the middle of having it done and then had two blizzards, so it was really hard to get it back up, but we did. But I wanted to talk about that 9 month abortion bill that they signed in the state of New York. Um, I believe, yes, a woman has a right to do what she wants. There's no doubt about it. If you want to kill your kid, you know. I'm sure I wouldn't be here if abortion had been legal back when I was born because the person that gave birth to me is so far left. She took her heart with her and literally full, um, well, belongs to the most leftist, actually left groups, the most left that you can get. This isn't liberal. This is Satanism. This is the cabal. This is the darkness that we're fighting out here as believers in Christ. But I had some ideas on that. How do we know what is going to happen with these babies? They're 9 months old. I mean, they could start breathing when they come out of the womb. So, what then? Do they put their hands over this baby's mouth? If that's the case, then I think the mother they should just put the baby on the mom's chest like they always do and just let her kill her own child instead of having somebody else responsible for that death. Why not? They can make it all legal. Just go in there and kill your kid. You know, I could see if the mother was in jeopardy or the baby or both of them of losing their lives. Um, um, Everything else kind of pretty much is kids can be put in orphanages. I don't even believe in adoption because I've never met an adopted happy child unless they're lying or they don't know any better. Seriously so. But I've never met one. I've met a couple liars and they knew I knew they were lying. But anyway, so I strictly believe in orphanages and having medical staff in schools and um, uh, checked on and stuff by people in the community, could work it out, something like that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really trust anybody. I mean, would you give your kid? I mean, I wouldn't even give my dog to a stranger, let alone a baby, you know. And by the time the court costs are done anyway, they literally are paying for that baby. So that brings me back to another issue on the 9 month thing. Um, Did the mother get any money before she's going to have her child murdered at 9 months? And wouldn't we like to see proof of that burial? And shouldn't the mother be responsible for that burial? I mean, these are just questions, or the parents, both the parents. I mean, um, to leave it up to taxpayers' money to literally go towards what they deem legal. Somebody that could literally survive out of the womb at probably 7, 8 months, even if they were preemies or even sooner. So I want to know. I want to see where that baby's buried. I want to know when it was buried. I want to know what it was done to it before um, it was buried. Were any organs taken from this baby? Was this baby actually bred just for that reason? And is this mother or people getting paid for this type of thing? I have questions. I want to know. I want proof. when there's a 9 month old baby murdered in New York City. I want proof that that baby wasn't mutilated before it was buried. And I think the parents should pay for the burial costs, and I think the mother should pull the plug. Those are my thoughts. So I'd be interested to hear what everybody else thinks. I mean, I won't change my mind, but you know, just the way it is. I had people suggest that my second child be aborted, the father and the grandparents on my side, the adopted grandparents, and I lost utter respect for them at that moment. It was over. It was like they say, all over but the crying at that moment. That's how seriously I take this. you know, like I say, I wouldn't even give my puppy alone away. Doesn't matter how old I was, I would not give a part of myself away. So, I don't know. Just my thoughts on all this. And, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that have done it that regret doing that, you know, but I literally had somebody pass around a picture of a baby in the dumpster and insinuate that it could have been me. My own mother did that. Sweet, huh? Nice. Yeah. And then I swore at her in a message, and the rest of my siblings were like, oh, what a bad child this is. And there was a whole bunch more exchanging messages, that I kept. And I don't go back and look at them. It's like she was just baiting me into this shit because she knows I have God in my heart. So, yeah, I just let her do it. It's like, oh, yeah, showing your true colors. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's my true color. I don't like people playing with my feelings and pretending they're not, you know. So that brings me to the thoughts of how um, animals can be controlled by Satan and people. And when I see that they are, um, I have to determine whether or not I'm going to speak about it or how I'm going to speak about it. I see a lot of stuff going on, and things are becoming a lot more clear. Um, I'll leave that at that tonight. I just had a feeling um, when Satan gets involved with somebody, it's really apparent. And anyway, did everybody see that President Trump and Melania spoke in Miami today to the U.S. citizens of Venezuela? That was interesting. I really think that we should back out of there and stay out of there, but out of all countries, I don't know. Really, on a personal basis, I know that they're all connected anyway. There is no separation of any country anywhere, not to the Federal Reserves that isn't even federal. What the hell, you know? So it's like our hands are tied and we can't do nothing about it but pray. Isn't that ridiculous? But then there's some people that actually think that these murdering scum suckers that would literally cannibalize a baby or rape a baby immediately out of the womb probably happens more often than you realize. Um, that they would be uh, in God's house the same time you are. you know, uh, the connection that is the cabal, that dark cabal. they're not going there. They can pretend all they want, and they can pretend that God will not put a end to the misery in this world, but He will. It will end. And there's a special place for those people. They're not in the same place that we're going to be, and that's a good thing. So, um, that's really what was on my mind today, pretty much on that. I mean, if it's legal now in one state, it's most likely going to be spreading into the other ones. And that's just their way of legally doing anything to a newborn that they want to do. Anything and everything. And I know they will. This isn't just made up crap out here that they're doing. This is real shit. These people are monsters. And they all work together. One may just be a mouthpiece in an entertaining extreme. But a long time ago, I saw a ring on somebody that totally gave that issue away. So it put me quite a bit ahead of the game. Uh, but when I know who people are, then you can definitely premeditate. It's not even a God-given thing. It's not even a prediction. It's a premeditation of what their personality is and what they'll do next. It's but I can honestly say that God does protect me and tells me things ahead of time to protect me. So, you know. And then yeah, the old actions speak louder than words thing. Yeah. So, but let's see, what else was I thinking? Oh, Roseanne Barr had an interesting little, well, a couple little interesting videos. The first one is she's disabling her comments because of the trolls because they were attacking her God, which is sick. That's some sick shit right there. And that pisses me off because I like to just go over and say hello to her and show her some love. She's approximately my age and very intelligent, very kind, very funny, of course, we know, but she's not in her funny mood right now, as I am not either. But, oh, and then she had one on Jacob's ladder explaining the 10 rungs of the ladder. And that's what I'm always telling people, there's a level and there's a ladder. And they're literally, the ladder's not even going to be offered. It's not going to be there for them, you know. Um, but you do have to climb your way up to heaven, basically. And heaven just is not in your mind. It's an actual place where God resides. So yes, we can see this in us. We can feel it in our blood. But it's not here on earth and it never will be. So there's two different places, literally. Mm. And the cabal thinks that they're going to walk on in and take over God's house. That's exactly what they think. They think they're going to have all his powers if they can take over heaven where they were kicked out. Now, I heard somebody say that we're fallen angels, like, okay, like the 144,000. Well, we're all of that bloodline because there's no pure blood on this planet. That ended with Adam and Eve. What Satan did to them, not what either one of them did. So, so personally, I chose to walk from heaven and be resurrected in this body. I didn't fall. I'm not a fallen angel. I'm an angel, but I'm not a fallen one. So, just so whoever, yeah, I know somebody who said they're a fallen angel. Yeah, I know that. Always have. But you're also supposed to be a better friend than what you've exhibited. So I'll just leave that on that. And I'll be the strong one for both of us because that's me, you know. So other people, it can be a man. You keep pretending that you're somebody you're not because I'm telling you who I am and you're not. So anyway, who do I think I am? Really close to God. That's who I am. Very close. Do I know things? Not nothing you don't know inside yourself. Not one damn thing. And neither does nobody else. It's just a matter of not even quieting yourself, but uh, asking for Him to hold your hand and never let you go and never let you fall. And any thoughts that come in that are ill, they're not yours. Do you see where I'm saying? That ill, that's not you. The um, like bad guy sitting over here, good guy sitting over here type of thing. Well, the good guy really isn't saying too much because that is you. That's you. That's who God made you. But the bad guy's over there with the blood of Satan that's in all of us by now, saying blah, 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 blah. And then you act on it because you're thinking, well, you know, damn, this is me. No, no, it's not. It's not you. You don't have to accept that. So you don't have to accept somebody saying that you're one of the fallen if you truly, your spirit, if you can prove your spirit rose with your own determination and your own goodness. And that's what God's looking for, that type of strength. Then you never fell if that's who you are. So it would have been impossible for your spirit to fall if you were a child of God from the beginning. So I guess that would be a determination. And of course, this is more than my opinion. This is my life. I'm telling you my side of it. Um, doesn't mean that if you consider yourself like you were fallen and you picked yourself back up and that you're not going to be in heaven because that's not true. You will be, as long as you don't revert to the stupidity that Satan wants you to revert to, because he can't control me, let alone anybody, nobody. The tiniest person can stand up to demons. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they can wreak havoc with your physical self for a very short time compared to eternity. So, well, I'll let this one go. Um, boy, I can just like, oh, I just got to say this. I can thoroughly and have to say I can tell when people are speaking when they've ate too much sugar because they get this thing going on. Um, they really do. Um, and that should tell us if our throats are trying to close off on us that it's not really good for us. So, if that person that chokes all the time, um, you probably are the blood of Cain and you got too much bad enzymes in you from them people being cannibals. So I would watch my sugar intake. Well, I do watch my sugar. I've been had more than usual lately, but oh, there's no buts about it. But not every day. But a few days in a row one time about last week when my internet was down, I was like bored as hell. I had like M&Ms one day and what else? Ice cream for my birthday and then something else. Brownies. So yeah, yeah, the bummer. I used to go every other day, which I'm gonna get back to. If I'm gonna have a treat, or like every few days, or I used to even just like take Saturday and Sunday and pig out on the weekend and then be good all through the week, you know. So I used to have somebody ask me, "Is this your pig out day?" I'd be like, "No." Oh, you sure could have come and have some donuts or something with me, cup of coffee. I'm like, I'll have coffee with you, but um, that's really kind of what I usually do too. I watch myself pretty close. Yeah, I like being strong. Only when I was sick was I ever really overweight or not strong. So um, when we're not feeling well, that's our body's defense mechanism trying to like in when we were first created, um, perfect. We didn't have to worry about these type of things, but now we do. So, but there was something else I was gonna say on that too. Oh, yeah, everybody assumes because of all the pictures that Adam and Eve were like naked when they were put on planet Earth, everybody assumes that, well, it says that Adam was put here, but Mother Earth probably has something different to say about it because it is God's world. But neither here nor there. Uh, if God could create life, why does everybody assume that this was a primitive situation? All the intelligence was taken away from the woman because she was weaker and she was tricked. And the man joined in the reindeer games and they want to blame it on the woman. So everybody assumes that civilizations had gone by with machinery not there and whatever. That's not true. It was kept from the public all this time. Always was. God had computers before he made Adam and Eve. This all makes sense if you think about it. This person created life with sound, you know, um, and that person will destroy life with sound too. So, uh, just some of my thoughts on some things, and I don't care about nobody's opinion about none of that, not biblically. But when it comes to the abortion thing, I wouldn't mind hearing. It's not a trick question. I'd like to hear what you got to say and why. When I say that, I'm not baiting you into an argument. I will debate, but I won't argue with nobody. So, well, I love you all, even you tricky ones. Yeah, I know. Been there, done that. I mean, as far as being tricked, um, like I said, I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop because when somebody says something, I'm like, if it doesn't sit right at first, um, well, things can change, but that's why I thoroughly appreciate more people coming to talk. And like I say, thanks again, Amanda. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, that have been with me. And I'm going to be talking more on this mix up of names in the Bible and all this stuff, but the names were changed to protect the guilty. And just let that sink in a little bit. And then think of the Son of Man, which Satan was made into a man, that he didn't fall, he was pushed, and he had his powers except for his thoughts. That was it, stripped. And the Son of Man is literally, uh, how would I want to say this? Definitely his firstborn reincarnate. Uh, these people have been raping their own children since time immemorial. And if you think back in your DNA, you can open it like a book. You can read yourself like a book with everybody's blood cells inside yourself. You can read us like a book. Read, read, read. Think inside yourself. Don't dismiss them thoughts for 1 second, because here in this existence, we are all connected like that. In heaven, we're not. We're earning our way to our solitude of our mind like that. And that's the way it's meant to be. It's not this one big lovey dovey thing, because everybody is way different. People do form their own little groups and reasons why they would do that. But why they would do that here and why they would do that in heaven would be two different reasons. Like, say, if somebody was a farmer and another person was a mechanic, well, the farmers probably kick it together more than, or you never know. You never know. But down here, there's groups of people that gather like minded, but they've been pretending that they aren't. And I see them all working together. It's like like a war of the narcissists, is what I called it in my mind today. So, yeah, exactly what it is. It's a freaking circus. What a zoo. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me. You have a good night. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. And hey, baby Satan, I'm laughing at you.